Hi folks, I know it's been a while and we're just like everybody else. As soon as the sun came out, everybody took off at a dead run. But I just wanted to tell you we made it back from Australia, and it's if you haven't been there and you want to see something really nice, it's worth going. And we really had a good time over there. And the main reason is because the people, really good people, and there's no whining. They're tough and they want to learn, and we just had a ball. And something, we drove on the wrong side of the road, of course, but something that I noticed is that Australia is a really big country and very few people. So what really happens is that there's no traffic as soon as you get out of the little town, and the country's really, really clean. So it was real beautiful to see all that good countryside. And you got to see Phil and Mark and Dee and Pete and Jen and Squatter, all kinds of good friends, and made some new friends, Will and his dad, and Bruce and Kathrine. And anyway, and there were some people came up that evidently seen me when I was with Buck 30, 40 years ago, that were at Mansfield and Scone. So that was kind of neat to see those folks too. But anyway, what we're dealing with today is what I've noticed is a lot of what I'm trying to do is I want to reintroduce rope and feed on cattle. And a lot of the ropes that are used are pretty so ragged out that they won't set a trap. And this reata is ready to go, broke in, but you got to understand about a reata. I'll show you the difference. When I throw a trap, that's what it looks like. Okay, well, the critter might step in there in the left hind. But what you got to do with a rope that's ragged out or a reata, if you want to catch a hind leg, one or two or whichever one you want, when you have a ragged out rope, you want to hook it on the shoulder or the hip. And that, of course, puts you right back to the old standard flank shot, which is the highest percentage one there is. But the point is, you can take a soft rope, hang it over the hip, and you pretty much got whatever it is you want to get done. Now, if you got time, now this is not roping in the pasture at 30 miles an hour. This is in a corral or in the pasture with a committee. I can mess around and go for one and play with my rope and set a trap for 1 foot if I want. Anyway, that's the thing about a soft rope. You got to learn to hang it over something. Now, if you work with me a second, you'll see that on the front legs, if you want to put a trap in front and you got a ragged out rope, you can lay it over the neck. Because bear in mind, if your partner's got it headed, there's going to be a rope around the neck of the critter. So that'll stop your rope if it happens to go too far forward. But if you can aim for the shoulder and lay it over it, you'll get a trap. So that's just stuff I want you to see, because what we're doing is bringing back the old style of roping that we did years ago, and I'm trying to keep it alive. So, and it's not a speed event, it's just roping. You know, if you need to run around 40 miles an hour, so be it. But if you want to handle cattle and have the opportunity, or that's what you need to do, I just want to show you some options. So this same shot, if I just throw it in front, there's my trap. Now I may get away with it, but the other option is to use a rope that's still got some stiffness to it. And I'm going to use a 5/16 nylon, the rope I've been using for 100 years, because I'm kind of out of the loop on these ropes. I don't know all the ropes. But for what it's worth, the 2 ropes I left in Australia with Pete, they're set up to do what I'm about to do. And I want to thank everybody in Australia again for Deb and I. And if you need something, you get a hold of Pete and Jen. They're covering for us from now on. So anyway, I'll get on a horse and get the nylon. Now here's the difference between the nylon and the ragged out or a reata. And all it is just an option for you. It's a 5/16 soft lay. Don't get extra soft, don't get triple X, whatever. Just get a soft lay rope, and you get it broke in about a day, then it'll work for you just fine for a long time. But you see how the top of the trap stands up? That's what gives you that percentage of picking a foot up, when you've got just enough stiffness to pull it off. And you can still throw the flank shot, it's no problem. Hang it on a hip, you just got to use a bigger loop. So that's there again, that's with the nylon. But I learned a lot of history about Australia, and it's funny, the parallels with the United States. They had a gold rush, you know, like we did, and there's a lot of stories that match exactly what happened over here. And there was miners I found out that went from the U.S. over to Australia and vice versa. I know there was a bunch come into San Francisco that were miners, and they got a group going in San Francisco. They had it, I forgot what they were called, but anyway, there was a bunch of them. And see, it does stand up better. So that's just kind of a trivia deal, but down the road, as we get into this roping more, and we get up to Oregon, up to Kim and Randy's place, this is what we're going to be doing, is roping feet. There's no more tailing cattle down. You're going to stay horseback and get it done from your horse. So I'm kind of looking forward to going to their place. It's going to be nothing but fun. And I hit it in the shoulder, but either way the trap stands up. Now with that particular trap, if I had a hind leg caught, if my partner did, I'd just have him step back. So, you know, it's all fair in the corral and the pasture. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. And stay tuned, we'll get back on the payroll here. Thank you. Adios.